Healthy. As Dudu hits the Mega Gnar, let's see what he can do here. As there is the Gnar back. Rascal throwing out some needlework. Avoids the drill, which I think it's a drill. Not entirely sure.
I think it's a drill too.
Yeah. I like the Sputnik one. That's my favorite. Just throwing satellites at people.
Rascal is, I mean, he's in such a good spot here.
Yeah, getting aggressive.
Love that. Waits till the Gnar times out, goes in. Also was able to hit his Q before the first Gnar comes out. Dudu is in trouble if he wants to stick around here. He's definitely going to die. He will have to back off. And Cuz, level 6.
Just needs to Nimbus strike Q and he's dead. But Rascal instead is just going to pick up the kill himself.
Yeah, will end up getting the assist, of course, Cuz does. Doesn't need his ultimate. Rascal does not. Dudu has no teleport. Rift Herald spawns in 15 seconds. He'll be down for 9 of the remaining time. And this is where things get really dicey. So pings instantly for aiming in the bottom lane that he's going to push the lane and hold down the bottom duo because they know they have control of mid and the enemy top laner is heading back. So KT's basically now got the opportunity to either start this and force a bad fight or play it slow, but they're still in full control.
Yeah, I think that KT, they can start the Rift Herald if they want to. Onfleek is going to clear out vision where he can, but Cuz is going to make his way back in. Gwen's making her way back up, fresh off a shop as well. As Vista is going to have to Abyssal Dive his way out of this situation. Does have level 6, so that Devour is up. Samdi running low on mana and things like this is Humble Life trying to get in here, but it's going to be a 50-50 at best here for these guys. 3 versus 3 right now as Rascal's getting on amongst it. Dudu does have his Gnar at a decent spot, but Karis dives on forward. He doesn't ult himself, and therefore he's just going to go down. Onfleek, I think, was able to take the eye. As, well, no, he wasn't. He was able to kill the Rift Herald, but couldn't take the eye. As Dudu, yeah, he's going to have to go back to lane. As Rascal, I thought he was going to meet him there in the Tribrush. His aiming is just chilling underneath his turret.
I think Hanwha Esports really vastly overestimated their ability to take a Herald at this, play it a little bit more aggressively. You have to be willing to trade. You have to be so ready on the Kench to punish any mistakes or overextensions. The Life just got so many free handshakes in the early part of this lane. They got such a nice lead.
Well, speaking of which, Onfleek's going to find Life. Aiming's coming on over. Dawning Shadow going to get flashed as Onfleek should be able to kill the Renata, but has he stepped too far? The answer's no, because the rest of Hanwha are making their way over. Karis now taking a lot of damage as Cuz, he gets put into the frozen tomb, and then Vista dives over the wall. Vicla, can you get enough damage is the question, as Cuz still in the pit, deciding not to flash, but does eventually have to, as the bottom lane for KT wiped out. Hanwha on the board.
Yeah, really nicely played here from Hanwha Life. Catching them in the jungle there was Onfleek. The Life just really greedy positioning there is punished.
I like the like, Onfleek was just like, I am killing this guy straight away. And he did not hesitate at all. That's exactly what you need to do.
You need to do it like that if you are going to force that pick, especially against Renata, who can then bail out later on if you do it too slow, and then, you know, the rest of the team gets over there. So he was very swift with that.
And still in auto, so thankfully the Raptors were available as KT can have some visitors into their jungle. Cuz going to get the smite as Life possibly caught out yet again. Kickback comes through. He does manage to get his ulti off as he tries to bail himself out, but I don't think it's going to work. That's a massive Emperor's Divide though, as Samdi's around the wrong side of the rift. Aiming finds the ulti as well from Fog of War as Vista throws through the Devour. Does manage to keep Onfleek out of danger as now Rascal looking for the needlework, but not really finding too much value here. As Dudu with a Gnar at exactly the right spot will get all of that extra health back as Karis goes golden. There's the Gnar. Cuz in trouble, but it's a massive double from Rascal, who's just eating through these health bars now towards the end of the fight. Vista, yeah, he's running the wrong direction here as Life manages to get the handshake and says, you just say hi to Rascal here. And snip, snip, there goes the Tahm Kench.
So when the dust settles, Hanwha Esports still remain in a gold advantage, but this is such an aggressive play that leads to a ton of extra money going over to the Gwen. As it's a flash kick onto Renata, she's still able to get the Berserk off, but this buys so much time for the rotation up. And when this Emperor's Divide hits, Hanwha Esports, I think, is starting to realize, like, uh-oh, we're probably doomed. And then Karis is like, I'm out of here. But then he turns around because he has Stopwatch, of course, available. So they're able to trade this one back okay. But this is just such a messy fight. And you can tell Hanwha Esports have 1 foot on the out the door and 1 foot, like, trying to come back in.
Yeah.
And if they were a little bit more decisive, I think this fight goes potentially their way. But they gave so much extra gold over to the 2 most important members, the Gwen and the Aphelios.
Yeah, it was a 3 versus 4, and Hanwha couldn't find it as the health bar lead was just too high for KT.
Yeah, Now they will trade second Herald here for this Drake. So will be 2 Drakes the lead for KT.
50 CS gap. It's a little bit disingenuous because, yeah, Onfleek has been taking lane farm. Sandy trying to keep Dudu alive here as we might see our first true 5v5 as Karis lying in wait off to the side. Rascal also doing a similar thing here as Dudu throws out the ult just because that Mega Gnar was wearing out. Hostile takeover just to zone them, and it'll very successfully do so as KT walk forward and just scoop up Soul Point.
Yeah, and if Hanwha want to try to turn that in that choke point, they're going to have a big problem without the Gnar bar. I love the ultimate there coming through from Life just to make sure they don't come back in. I think if they did, KT would be happy to turn and actually crush the fight, but their goal is to get a Hextech Soul, 4 Drakes for 4 slowly, and then at that point, they're just, the game is unlosable for them. I mean, if they give Hanwha even one team fight, maybe Hanwha gets a little...
20 seconds on your Hextech Soul. You do probably want to get some priority in this river. Rascal comes on over, and Onfleek looking for a Q angle. Didn't quite get there as KT are going to prioritize getting through this mid wave first. And now looking to move towards the Baron. Of course, with Soul Point, you are afforded this luxury as Onfleek and the rest of Hanwha Life are going to move around. But look at this. This is what happens when you drop this much damage. It's already 50% health as Onfleek trying to get on in here. They know that this is going down extraordinarily low as Rascal over the wall. Oh, just smashed out of the pit with the Emperor's Divide. Fantastically played from Vicla as KT. The heist once again. The Drake wasn't even taken. They can go over there as Dudu manages to land a decent Gnar, but the hostile takeover is there. It's going to stop the Gnar from doing anything whatsoever. Look at that KT health bars. Hanwha have done nothing to them!
Nothing at all, and Onfleek was just burning down from the damage. After that Emperor's Divide slapped him out of the pit, he had no chance for a steal. Hanwha Life Esports were kind of hoping, all right, maybe we 50-50 this, and that brings us back in. Instead, it's going to be Baron buff and Hextech Soul, plus all those extra kills coming through and the gold that comes with them.
Yeah, that was just...
It was a fantastic play from
Yeah.
Vicla. I mentioned it right in the draft, like, yeah, he hasn't won yet this season on the Azir, but it's one of his best picks, and he looks so clean on it. This is just another one of those moments. He is, at the same time as he knocks Onfleek away, setting up for zoning of the rest of Hanwha Life Esports, while he's very far away from the engaged champions, the Gnar and the Lissandra, so he's not at any risk when he shuffles over. And it's just splitting this team in two. That's what Vision do.
Beautiful, really beautifully played by KT, but you also see that Hanwha just don't have very much follow-up.
No damage whatsoever. Any chances. They don't get any opportunities. And, I mean, look at this. Zoom 4-1. Somebody's perhaps lurking back there.
Karis is waiting. He was waiting for a potential teleport, but instead KT are just going to take an inner turret, then take another inner turret, and then look to siege
In
this top inhibitor.
In StarCraft, the term all-in usually refers to some sort of attack you do that...
And you bring all your SCVs?
Sometimes you can, but if you fail, you lose the game, and that 4v3 in the jungle really was that for this game for Hanwha Life. They put everything in that, they lost it.
Well, Cuz is fighting 3 people. There's a Gnar into the wall, and they have enough damage for that. As the hostile takeover comes through, the Gnar and the Lee Sin are just fighting each other, and aiming just says, goodbye, my god! The damage that KT has is insane. Rascal is going to try and take down Samdi. Vista is going to munch him, but I just don't think it's going to be enough, as yes, you bought a few seconds, but the handshake comes through and it's a double kill for Rascal, and KT will say goodbye to this game.
Very textbook. Better scaling, got the money, pushed it in hard, and then just simply said, I'm not going to fight you if I don't have to. That third Drake was the most clean part of this game for KT, where they just grab Drake and then leave, don't force anything in the choke.
The Baron was so similar. My god, that Emperor's Divide, Vicla. That was amazing. He is going to be able to stop Karis from doing anything. It was unnecessary, but dang, it was cool.
Yeah, very cool stuff. I think his Emperor's Divide on the Baron to knock Onfleek out was the most exciting part.
Yeah, game winning.
And
다시 보겠다. 갖고 샌들 앞에 간다.
네, 리산집 갔어, 리산집. 탑웨이브.
탑웨이브.
끝나니? 나 텔 쓰고 올게, 확실하게.
리산이 28초예요. 리산만 남았고 리산 노공 아니에요?
리산 노공이야.
오케이.
노공인 것 같아.
리산풀은 우찬이 형 리산풀은 썼어요?
리산풀 기다려봐. 모르겠다. 야, 궁 돌 거야. 궁풀 짧아 얘.
괜찮아 괜찮아. 20초.
아직 안 돌아. 궁 안 돌아.
돌아요.
얘 궁 안 돈다.
리산 너플.
너플.
끝내자.
타워 쳐야 해. 미니언 없어. 타워 쳐.
타워 점사해 점사.
그냥 깨면 돼.
타워 넥서스 치자 넥서스.
넥서 치면 끝난다. 나 2초만.
초반